My name is German Tarazona Llano. I am a sound engineer, and for this specific tour, I am a front of house engineer. With Maluma, it's been an incredible journey. I've been mixing Maluma for 7 years now. I started on monitors and now mixing at front of house for him.
My name is Rudy Rosales Cuellar. I'm proudly from Mexico. I am a monitor engineer, part of the audio team. With Maluma, I had the invitation from German at the end of 2023, but I joined in 2024.
It is a very important tour. It's a massive arena tour that's between 12,000 and 18,000 people a night. We started building it around November with our musical director, Miguel Marquez, who is very dedicated to audio. We have two Quantum 338 desks, which we upgraded to Pulse because we need more resources. From there, we connect to an orange box that is on the octa-core loop with the two consoles. The orange box is used for the sequences via MADI, so we do not have any analog to digital conversions between the sequences and the band. So our entire protocol stays digital, which has allowed us to have spectacular stability in the audio, making the most of the console and the ecosystem we designed.
We're handling 16 stereo mixes going to the PCMs, which are the personal monitors that we are using. We're also using auxiliary effects that we're using for Juancho's voice for the band. And there are some internal mixes for those weird routings that we usually do between us to communicate things such as timecode, to feed matrices, and so on.
The features I like most about the console are the 3 functional touch screens, meaning I can do whatever I want anywhere on the console. Spice Rack is truly essential for me now. I control my sequences, my dynamics, and also the main vocals natively. So I have the peace of mind that I'm using the console without adding extra latency or using external inserts at certain moments of the show.
Well, basically, I got used to working very much in the box. So all my mixes are always based on the tools that the console gives me. So my workflow is very simple. Input, gain structure. I use a lot of internal compressors, both for coloring and for dynamics. The mustard makes me very happy. Finding colors through compression, having multiple options, playing with different processors to see which one works best for us. It makes me very, very happy, which is also a problem as you never finish creating. Before you only had one and now you don't. So you compare and so on. And the Spice Rack for me is phenomenal. It makes me very happy. All my tracks go through the Spice Rack, where I control. It's a reggaeton show. It has a lot of good energy, so I don't want to cut it off. So with the Spice Rack, I can keep it under control without it being too compressed or anything. So the Spice Rack makes me very happy. I mentioned that Juancho is someone super committed to the development of both the technology and the show itself. We've had many rehearsals and there's a fairly meticulous creation of snapshots, song by song, of what he wants, what each of the musicians want, and what also happens in the room. So it's a job that has taken us a long time, a very, very long time, but the ease with which it creates snapshots makes them very easy to understand and very easy to create and modify, etc. Because there are some things that are more complicated.
I have some very specific features that I like. It is the possibility of seeing the alternative input on my main channel. So if something happens to my artist's voice immediately through a macro without moving anything, I change 3 inputs simultaneously. I have the whole show captured with timecode, then the snapshots change song by song, and I like that. And the console has the ability to edit the snapshots very easily. So let's say that on this tour, the timecode, the possibility of alternative inputs, the Spice Rack, the effects have all been a very important differentiator for me. So right now I'm very calm and very happy with the sound we're developing with our artist, who is also very incisive in his likes of audio, in how he sees it. He comes and listens to the room, he listens to monitors, we compare. We try to have the same settings both in the Bricasti for his voice as well as the native effects with the delays, with Rudy on monitors and myself here at front of house. We try to be a team led by him because he's also a young artist and he likes technology and understands what we are talking about. So we go with the microphones, we show him them. So it is very challenging to work with him as well. What I like is that DiGiCo is opening the protocol to integrate what one needs, what one wants. If you like to use Fourier, you can do it. If you use the waves, you can do it. If you want to use native systems, you can do so. If you want to use analog systems like I do, which have the Bricasti and also the porticos, you can integrate the console with any type of protocol via Dante, via MADI, via IES. So the console became a really spectacular hub to achieve the sound you want.
I feel that quality is number 1 one. I know that wherever they put a DiGiCo, I know to expect from one input to an output. I know perfectly well how a microphone should sound. If something doesn't sound right to me, I know the problem would be between the stage and the stage rack, because from the stage rack to my ears, I'm always going to hear the same thing. I think consistency is key for me, and I think global support is important, especially when you're on tour. If you have any problems, you have someone to turn to and a quick response. That is, I think, the most important thing.
For me, the most important thing is support and understanding that my problems arise during the hours when everyone else is resting. So for me, field support is essential, and I have it through DiGiCo or Claire Global at any time. And that has been spectacular. Sound is really important, flexibility, the console and everything, but having the ability to get a quick response via email or phone has been fundamental for me over the years using DiGiCo. And that has been my pleasant experience when I switched between consoles a few years ago. The relationship with Claire has been spectacular. We started another one with Claire after the pandemic. We were like the first Latin tour to start like that. In the last COVID tail, the tour was Papi Juancho and was extremely successful. And from there began a very close relationship with our office. And over time, I ended up being part of Claire Global as an engineer, mixing their clients too. So we have a very important proximity and above all, spectacular support due to all the networking that we have at that time. We don't have the capacity to be touring simultaneously with Audio Rent, with Britannia Row, with Claire Global, with ATK, which basically wherever we are, there is direct support from the company, just like Claire Japan. In the case of the K-pop tour, because we worked hand in hand with a company as solid as Claire, allowing us to have stability in every sense. In cases where we have to go with the B-rig, the operations team basically has our rig ready and sends it to us as is for one-off outside the tour.